And finally, some words about commodity currencies. Commodity currencies performed by FutureTrend channel. Today is 11 of May 2018. We'd like to say that overall, probably we are coming to a kind of stabilizing point of the strength of the United States dollar. Of course, the overall trend is looking really very bullish at the moment for the United States currency. Anyway, we'd like to note you to caution you against overpositioning in the long dollars because to really perform well in the overall dollar trend to the upside, I mean to really see some higher levels, we need to see kind of some other strong reading of the United States economic indicators, or a dismal continuation of rather weak economic numbers coming from other parts of the world. From that point of view, probably we are already at the levels of equilibrium levels. Let's say now we are speaking about, of course, the short-term point of view. And here we suggest that probably it's time to be more flexible with commodity currencies, especially with the Canadian dollar, which is already very well made a good job yesterday and plummeted to levels around 127.40 or so. Let's see the chart of the dollar Canada at the moment. The pay is around 127.67, and as you can see, the overall situation here is still rather muted, probably because from a longer term point of view we are trading above moving average 200 daily line around 126.43. But fundamentally speaking, you know that the next decision by the Bank of Canada should be of course the hike of the rate in June. And also from the point of view of recently domestic economic numbers coming from Canada, they were rather good. And today's is another testing point for the Canadian dollar, because today's day of publication of the employment report of Canadian economy. From this point of view, another good numbers should further proceed Canadian dollar to the upside. Overall here the situation is skewed to the downside from our point of view, speaking shorter term. And next barrier to see is located around 123.90, 124, the level of 2017-2018 uptrend. As regarding the other currencies, we are also we'd like to be more flexible regarding the Australian dollar, and now we prefer not only to sell the pair around 2018 downtrend located at 77.20, but also to buy the pair on a possible downtick to 74.80 with a stop below this week's lows of 74.12. The same applies for the New Zealand dollar, which is from one point of view crossed lower its longer term uptrend, but anyway we did not see a real closing below this line. From this point of view, probably the pair is looking not so bad, despite of the bearishly speaking Royal Bank of New Zealand meeting we've seen a couple of days ago. And finally the dollar ruble, which is a little bit higher from the closing of last week. Anyway, here the situation changing to the better side for the Russian ruble, and probably in the nearest future we could see the lower the test of the lower side of currently establishing a range between roughly speaking 60.50 and let's say 64.30, 65. While inside of that range we prefer to buy the Russian ruble, I mean to buy the dollar against the Russian ruble on a possible downtick below 60.60 with a very close stop loss of 30 points. At the same time, we are more or less ready to sell the currency closer to the 65 level with a stop above the highs. Thank you very much for all of your attention of our channel. We wish you a pleasant weekend. Bye bye for now.